Chef Preserve is pitching itself as a game-changing vacuum sealer that can keep your food fresh up to 5 times longer. Sounds like a must-have for anyone who hates wasting food, right? But before you rush to buy it, let's dig a little deeper and see if this product is the real deal, or just another overhyped kitchen gadget. First off, ChefPreserve.com has been around since 2023. While it's a fairly new site, it's not just a fly-by-night operation, so that's a small green flag. But here's the catch. There's no About Us page, so we don't know who's actually behind the site. That's a bit concerning. They do list a physical address, but when we tried to look it up on Google Maps, we couldn't find anything tied to the brand. That's definitely a red flag. Now, let's talk about their social media. While they don't highlight it much on their site, they do have an Instagram page. However, there's barely any recent activity. So what's going on there? Definitely raises some questions about their level of engagement with customers. When it comes to the product itself, Chef Preserve Compact Vacuum Sealer promises that it'll vacuum seal your food in under 5 seconds and keep it fresh 5 times longer. Sounds amazing, right? But here's the thing. There's no concrete evidence like scientific testing or data to back up those big claims. Without that, it starts to sound like typical marketing fluff. One thing that stands out as a positive is the product's presence on Amazon, where it boasts a solid 4.5-star rating from nearly 3,000 reviews. That's a good sign, right? However, when we check Trustpilot, the site only has a 3.1-star rating based on 9 reviews, which is somewhat concerning. Mixed signals here, folks. And then there are the reviews. On Amazon, people seem to love it, with one user saying it keeps their grapes fresh and reduces food waste from bulk deliveries. They also mentioned that the bags were sturdy and easy to reseal. Sounds like a win, right? But on Trustpilot, one user reported that their Chef Preserve stopped working after just 2 months. They were frustrated and couldn't get a replacement. That's a red flag for any potential buyers. So is Chef Preserve legit? It shows some promise. Amazon reviews are mostly positive, and it seems to do the job for many users. However, with red flags such as a lack of transparency, questionable address information, inactive social media, and mixed reviews on Trustpilot, it's essential to proceed with caution. It might work great for some, but make sure you know what you're getting into before pulling the trigger. That's it for today's deep dive. If you've ever come across Chef Preserve or had an experience with them, drop a comment and let me know what you think.